One area that certainly we have to watch for in today's world of privacy regulations is data leakage, or sometimes called data loss prevention. Data loss prevention is all about information that's going out of our organization. We have customer data. Is that data going out to another party? People might be sending it out in an email. They could be sending it out in FTP. They could be sending it out to a third-party service provider. And yet, that is our data, and it's our legal obligation to protect it. And it could be that that information shouldn't have been leaked or transmitted to that other organization or other individual. So what do I need to do? We put in things like DLP systems that'll watch for any information that's going out that, wait a second, that shouldn't be transmitted. So it's almost like a censorship program that will then check things like emails and so on to see if there's something in there that really shouldn't have gone out. We try to protect against the transmission of files, an FTP, for example. We might even try to validate whether or not there's been any sensitive content in IM traffic, if I can monitor IM, and that's sometimes a bit of a challenge. We're also looking for where people have stored sensitive data in an area that was not secure. It could be that if someone tries to put sensitive data onto an unauthorized USB or a portable hard drive, that immediately it'll bring an alert and try and prohibit the storage of data into then an insecure location. So the objective of DLP is to protect our data, not only where it's stored or it's at rest, but also protect data from being then transmitted out to an unauthorized location. We'll protect it on the endpoint devices to make sure that those devices also have the data protected through encryption and so on. And by that, protect us as an organization from the liabilities that would come if we then had, of course, a massive leak of personally identifiable information. So what are some of the solutions for data loss and data leakage prevention? Well, obviously, one of the best is encryption. So even if the data was stolen, it's useless, it's meaningless. Another very important part of this is at least identifying what information needs to be protected so people know what information is protected. And this is done, as we know, through things like information classification schemes. We should monitor the traffic. And of course, so what's going out of our firewall and going out of our networks, for example. But the main thing, ensure that all of our people are aware of what the policies and regulations are. Awareness is so important here so people know what can or cannot be shared. In summary, the protection of information assets deals with the ability to effectively audit the information assets of the organization. This is by far a critical part in the role of the information systems auditor and heavily weighted, therefore, on the Certified Information Systems Auditor examination. The auditor must understand the risks associated with technology and must be able to provide insight and recommendations in how to protect the information assets of the organization.